Hello and blessings, my beautiful souls. How are you doing today? So I have a fun little oracle unboxing for you. It was sent out for review. We are about to take a close look at it in a second, but first let's pull a card for a little bit of guidance. It doesn't matter when you see this video, this little piece of guidance can work in your favor and help to open up some new doors of possibility within your life. That is at least the aim of this beautiful little offer. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So we're stepping into a motherly, feminine power space. And with that, we have the energy of Pentacles, which is our resources, our material possessions, our health, our home, our families, all associated to that particular element. Now, we are looking at this from a more archetypal perspective, stepping into a warmer version of ourselves, someone who is grounded and centered, who has a certain level of maturity over their resource sector of their life, someone who is intelligent with their money or in need of addressing their intelligence with their money or their health or their wellness, their home situation. This is about stepping into a much more active and feminine space, tidying up the home, decluttering, creating a nice firm budget, enjoying food with friends. It really is such a full and robust kind of cornucopia card when we are talking about it from an archetypal perspective. But because we have an elevated feminine sort of matriarch going on here, we're looking at someone that has a certain level of prowess and knowing, a certain level of emotional intelligence and awareness, a grounding and a centering. So this is something that you can either work up to or someone that you might find yourself gravitating towards. Someone with that kind of bold, beautiful, grounded energy. And so for all of the earth signs out there, let's step into our power. And for everyone else, let's be guided, archetypally speaking, by this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Alright, so here before you we have the Oracle of Mythic Heroes by Letao Wang, and this is quite a beautiful looking deck. It has a really gorgeous little energy to it, and I've got to say, when he reached out, or they reached out I should say, to take a closer look at this deck, I'd never heard of it before. It wasn't a deck that I'd ever seen out and about. I'm trying to be very careful here. And so, when I saw the images, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Jimmy Manton and the art in the Gods and Sirens and, sorry, the Goddess and Sirens and the Gods and Titans. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. So we have a high gloss box, we have the finger loops on either side there, old school, has an ISBN number, Beyond Words appears to be the publisher, I've not really heard of it before, good sturdy box. Okay, no colour inside the box there. Beautiful snug fit for the guidebook. Super chunky. No heroes are perfect, neither are they utterly invincible in myth. They love, they hate, they struggle, they fail, and they rise again together with the cosmic wheel of fortune. So we have a black and white guidebook. It looks like there's a slight division. The heroes of Leo, oh, so it's cosmic. The heroes of Cancer. So there's an astrological element to it. Alright, that makes things interesting. Paris, Indecision. Ariadne, the heroes of Gemini. Okay, so we've got the heroes of the astrological wheel. Capricorn there. And what else have we got? Aquarius, and then the lunar cycle towards the end. assistance. Interesting. It's a really interesting layout. I must say I haven't seen anything like this before. We've got some spreads in the front here. 1 card spread, 3 card, 7 card. And so it's quite the chunky guidebook, I've got to say. It's very Alana Fairchild in how chunky it actively is. Here is our author. And it's 255 pages. So it's like a good one to get into. We have a cushioning within the box. It's a nice little silver. We have a paper sleeve. I don't recall seeing anywhere the number of cards. Let's go. It's 40. Alright. It's got a real He-Man She-Ra vibe to it. Right, I'm going to zoom in and we're going to do a little flip through and we'll talk a little bit about it as we do. We start off with Theseus, leadership. Bellerophon, impatience. Achilles, confidence. I can't pronounce it. Sensuality. Lighters, greed. Asclepius. I really cannot do Greek names. It is now very evident to me. Ariadne. It's very cartoon style artwork. It's reminding me less of Jimmy Manton art and more of the art that you see in the Everyday Witch Tarot. Paris, indecision. Numa, humour. Orpheus, healing. Deianira, insecurity. There's a very most anime vibe to it. Althea, protection. Hercules, strength. Arachne, arrogance. Penelope, faith. Orestes, service. Bees. Letao, anxiety. Semiramis and Thebes. Love. Odysseus. Destiny. Patroclus. Sacrifice. Pegasus. Assistance. Sphinx. Transition. Medusa. Reflection. And the Sirens. Cleanse. So that is the whole deck that we've just had a look at, 40 cards. Let's go back and have a look at a little bit about the deck from the point of view of the author. The card layouts are fine. I'm not too much of a fan of this banding down here, although it makes everything very distinct, which I can appreciate at the very least, and it's not a make or break for me. All right. There are 40 cards in the Oracle of Mythic Heroes from Greek and Roman mythology. So if you are a lover of Greek and Roman mythology, then you might find a lot of interest, a lot of pull towards a deck such as this, because it's very, very intense. There's some characters in here that you don't often see depicted in god and goddess kinds of decks, and we know that there are plenty of gods and goddess kinds of decks. So this is specific to the Greek and Roman. Okay, the first 36 cards are assigned to the mystical heroes, and each one rules a decan of a zodiac sign with its own teaching. In astrology, each zodiac sign covers 30 degrees of the 360-degree sky. Each 10 degree of a sign is called a decan. For example, Theseus, the famous king of Athens, ruled the first decan of Aries. Paris, from the story of Judgment of Paris, rules the second decan of Gemini. And Psyche, the lover of Cupid, rules the third decan of Scorpio. So if you are interested in astrology, this one could be particularly interesting. I found myself quite intrigued by the concept of the decans, and it made me think of Austin Kolpick for a minute there, who wrote the 36 Faces book, which I think is out of print now, but absolutely gorgeous. And if you're interested in astrology, this might float your boat. If you're interested in Roman and Greek mythology, this might float your boat. There is nothing wrong with the artwork. It's quite fantastical, if you will, and the information is clearly laid out. But what I'd like to do is just maybe give it a shuffle and pull a card and see how the message is delivered from the point of view of the guidebook, because I'm not going to be too pedantic about shuffling it. I do want to give it a nice little... They're big and my tiny hands are struggling with it. Alright, we've got Faith, Penelope, and that is 15. That was in Leo, there we go. Okay, so there's quite a lot here. I'm not going to read the whole lot to you. But we have Mars, third decan of Leo, August 11 to August 20, Amber. In the third decan of Leo, we are encountering the last dimension of the fixed and devoted form of the fire element, which embodied in the mythological figure Penelope, the wife of Odysseus and the queen of Ithaca. So we have the myth, Sing, O Muses of Faith, of Penelope, wife of Odysseus and queen of Ithaca. So you've got all of that information there. The myth, and then we have the teaching. 20 years away from her beloved husband, it would be understandable if Penelope had doubts about reuniting with Odysseus. The time spent waiting in her loneliness could have confused her. The gossips from hundreds of suitors could have persuaded her that she should remarry. But what kept her so optimistic? It was the beautiful quality of faith in her, the kind of trust that comes from deep within rather than from outside validation and reassurance. One of my clients Lorenzo worked as an artist recently. He visited me to ask about the possibility of getting his paintings into a gallery. I have talked to a few galleries. I expected some rejection, but still, it was very disappointing to be told no. He looked a bit anxious, as he said, but I really believe in my talent. Do you see me getting into a good gallery? The beautiful Penelope, holding a sunflower in her throne, appeared from the deck. Faith, I smiled. You will get what you want if you truly believe in it, Lorenzo. Miraculously, just 2 days after our reading session, Lorenzo texted me and told me he finally got a call from a prestigious gallery who wanted to exhibit his paintings. He wrote in his messages, I have always had faith in my work. I knew it would work out. Thank you for your reassurance. So, personal anecdotes. Personal anecdotes from the author. You will find, if that floats your boat, that's wonderful. Like I said, we have some 40 cards here depicting Greek and Roman artwork and gods, goddesses, mythic heroes, themes. We have an astrological undertone working within the context of the decans and the elemental qualities of the decans within astrology. And we have personal anecdotes, all in all, and within the context of the book, we also have a little history, a little mythology for each of the cards, not from each of the cards. So there you have it, my beautiful souls. This was Oracle of Mythic Heroes by Letao Wang. Did you enjoy it? Did it float your boat? What do you think? Tell me your vibe. I'd very much like to know. And with all of that said and done, my beautiful souls, wishing you so much love, luck, peace, and joy. Take care, and I will chat to you again soon.